Afternoon, everybody. Mr. Balker here, going over another lesson in career explorations for you. What we're doing today is Unit 4, Lesson 3. What is it about? Construction, right? So we've already gone over architecture and engineering a little bit. After we go through the pre-design phase, right? We've designed the structure we want to have. Now we're going to make it, and that's not easy because it takes a lot of people to do this. So let's talk about construction. Construction, you've already seen it, right? Every one of us has driven past something and seen construction workers. Some construction workers don't make a whole lot of money. Those are known as entry-level construction workers. Laborers, as I think the expression they use here. A laborer is somebody with basic human motor skills. That's it. Can you take a shovel and dig a hole? If so, you can be a laborer. That's all it takes. The thing about this, though, is that laborer is a job that if it turns out you like working with your hands, if you like doing this type of stuff, you will absolutely get the opportunity to move forward. Most people who work in important jobs, you know, the guys that make all the money in construction, started off something simple. It's not a career that you generally go to college for, although there are some that will, like construction management and such. You're going to need some accounting principles and so forth. But definitely, if you want to work with your hands and you start off as a laborer, you're going to get skills. They're going to have you hanging sheetrock, right? What is hanging sheetrock? Well, you frame out the wall, and you put the sheetrock up, you make sure that it's straight along with the studs, you screw it in there, put up another one next to it, tape the seam, mud the seam, go ahead and texture it. That is a skill. You're going to learn those skills after you've done this job for a while. You can't help but learn those skills because you're constantly exposed to it. I myself have done a tremendous amount of this work. After I left the automotive industry, it's what I started doing because I thought it would be fun to work with my hands, and I still like it. It's tough though. If you think it's easy, you're wrong. One of my brothers actually works in the roofing industry, climbing up on hot roofs all summer long, putting in shingles, redoing big giant plastic membranes on commercial roofs. It's tough work, it really is. But it can pay well, and you really do have some opportunities for advancement. This is an industry right now that is kind of in a weird spot because the people that have done this for years and years and years are kind of slowly migrating out of it because they're getting too old, they're retiring. This is tough work. Consequently, there's a lot of openings in this type of work. And so again, if this is something that a person enjoys, it's something that you can really make a good life out of. So here they talk about, the very beginning, they talk about laborers. What do you have to be able to do to be in construction? Follow directions. Totally, absolutely accurate. If you don't know what you're doing and you won't listen to people tell you what to do, you're gonna suck at this, plain and simple. Work as part of a team. When you see these really nice big giant houses or apartment buildings or everything else getting built, there's tons of people there, right? You have to be a part of the team. You're not going to do it on your own. It's mathematically impossible. There's too many things. So you've got to be able to work with other people and have a shared vision. We have to be attempting to do the same goal, okay? Whether I'm simply carrying up stuff to the guys who are hammering together or what, I need to know the speed at which they need it. I don't want to bring them too much material so that it's just piling up and it's in the way, but I don't want to bring them too little material because then they're sitting there waiting on me. Does that make sense? You've got to be sure that you're part of that team and you're going at the proper pace for the other people. It's little things like that. They list down here, work in hot or cold weather. Most construction's outdoors. It is, because you're building the indoors, right? And until it's finished, that's what you were doing. It is definitely hot and definitely cold. Sure, there's some nice days, but by and large, there's a lot of unseasonable weather, uncomfortable weather. Put up with getting tired and dirty. This is a physically demanding job, and you will get dirty. No way around it, guys. That's the nature of construction. But some of us like getting dirty. I do. It doesn't bother me at all. I like whenever my hands are covered in gunk from me building something or redoing a plumbing project or something like that. It doesn't bother me. I feel proud of the fact that I've done something with these hands, okay? Next thing they have down here is skilled workers. So that's what I want to talk about. You start as a laborer and then you develop skills. What are skilled workers? They give you some really good examples here. Carpenters, masons, roofers, and crane operators. These are jobs that after you've done them for a little while as a laborer, you're going to understand the basic mechanics of it, and you can move up. The last one they list here, crane operators, they get paid. They really do. That's a good job, but it takes a certain skill set. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a whole lot of trust from somebody else to say, here, operate my $1 million crane. Please don't break anything. Obviously, you're going to pay that person well because they're putting a tremendous amount of responsibility on them. That's a good job to get. Don't think that construction is some kind of dead-end crap job that doesn't go anywhere. It's not true. For one, it's something that you can be very proud of because you've done something. And for two, there's some pretty high-paid construction guys, which is where we get down to the bottom part here. And they talk about management and auditing. Management, as we've said 100 times already, management are the people who are in charge, okay? If I'm gonna have a big building built, I'm not gonna build it myself, I can't. I've gotta hire a crew for every single particular project, and I've gotta know who the good crews are. What are they gonna do? What skills do they have? So the management guy, really what he's doing is putting the pieces together and then letting those people work. And they're gonna come by and they're gonna check in on them and make sure that they're doing what they said they were gonna do, that it's being done correctly. The management has to have a good working understanding of how this stuff goes, but physically cannot be everywhere and do everything. If you hire a guy to do all of the brick on the outside of the house, and on day one you come by and he's doing terrible work, you better be able to recognize it. Because if you let him brick the entire house and it sucks, it's still your house. You have made this decision. So you've got to make sure that you hire the right people and that you then manage those people well to be sure that they're doing good things, okay? So that is the basics of construction. As I said, you've got a number of different levels here. The highest level being really management and auditing, where you're overseeing the whole project. You get a lot less dirty and you tend to know a lot more and get paid a lot more. Other things that management will do in auditing is get permits, make sure everything fits in the budget, inspect what they're doing, decide what needs to be done, and investigate accidents. Accidents are a big thing in construction. You know, we talked about the Hoover Dam the other day, and in that project, like 20 or 30 people died building the Hoover Dam. And at the time, that was considered acceptable losses because it is a very big project that cost many, many, many millions of dollars and is still there today. You're going to have things like that happen. Minimizing it is one of the jobs of management. Okay, that's it. I hope you guys like this chapter. I will see you guys again very, very soon. Thanks.